What is going on, everybody, and welcome on into Call the Wild, where today we are going to be going through the reserves. Now, I have thought long and hard about which my favorites are, but also I've been taking information from the community that I see every single day over on my Twitch streams, and I have come up with the 10 tiered list, going from worst to best based on both what I feel and also what the community feels. So, let's get started. Coming in at number 10, we are looking at Medved-Taiga. Now, this is a map that a lot of people don't hunt, and I think this is for a few reasons. One, finding animals can be really difficult. It seems to be that the animals only come out at night, so if you don't enjoy hunting at night, this map won't be any good for you. But also, a lot of people tend to find it being a bit too much of a challenge on their graphics side. Because it's snow, because it's a lot of white textures being loaded in, it can take a massive hit on your graphics, which means that a lot of people that are fine on other reserves sometimes find Medved to be a little bit too taxing, and it causes them to have FPS drops. But of course, it's not all negatives. Medved is an absolutely beautiful map, and it features some really good animals, such as the Eurasian lynx, as well as the musk deer. I know that there's a lot of people that really enjoy going after those, but also you got the big brown bears on there as well, and obviously we got the reindeer. So there is positives to Medved, however, it just seems to fall short of the other reserves that are available. Coming in at number 9, we are already hitting a controversial decision. My number 9, based on the overall experience on the map, is Hirschfelden. Now, obviously, with the Red Deer Great One coming out, this slightly changes the balance of things, and it may change over time. However, they say that sometimes the animals can seem really hard to find, there's too much open space, and if it's not open space, the terrain's too difficult to navigate, so overall it creates a negative experience. Again, like we did for Medved, there are some positives about Hirschfelden. One is that it features the geese, which are absolutely the best way to make money right now, and there's actually a video that I've done on that, which is above in the little pop-out banner right now. One of the other positives about the map has to be the shooting range. This is only on Hirschfelden, and it gives you the opportunity to go out there and to actually try to hone in your zeroing ability on the shots that you shoot. It means that you're gonna hit the vitals more often, and probably gonna get more diamonds overall. And then again, this is going to be the same for a couple of maps, but obviously we can't deny that the map having a Great One on it does give it an extra appeal. Coming into number 8, this is one that I wasn't too sure where to put, and it's going to be Rancho del Arroyo, the Mexico DLC. Now, this one I feel may be harsh to put at number 8, but when I compare it to the other maps, it's the only place that I had left for it. When it came out, I was really hyped. When I knew that there was another map available for the whitetails, I thought this is going to be great, it's going to be a lot of fun. A couple of issues came to light after I started playing it. The first one being that obviously there's a lot of FPS drops around the map. Certain areas where your FPS can go from 100 right down to 25. Another one of the issues is actually something which is a big topic of debate, and it's the amount of foliage that is present on the map. While the cactuses are really good and really nice to have, sometimes it can seem that there's too much combinations of cactuses and bushes and shrubbery that all combine together and mean that your views basically get cut off. When you combine that with the way that terrain's done, which is a lot of dips and flows, it means that sometimes you can't see anything in front of you at all, and you spook off the animals before you've even had a sight on them. But Mexico isn't all bad. I really enjoy the way that the whitetails are quite fun to hunt. You have 2 or 3 main lakes where you can find them, and obviously having the Great One presence on the map is going to be something that a lot of players will enjoy. And then after Rancho del Arroyo, at number 7 is going to be Layton Lakes. After Mexico, we are going to go over to Parque Fernando. Parque Fernando, I feel, fits at number 7, not because there's anything ordainedly wrong with the map, but purely because there's nothing that really makes it shine out. While having the cinnamon teal and the buffalo may be a really good thing to have on a map, that seems to be where the good things stop about the map. There doesn't seem to be anything special about the terrain, about the scenery. It just sort of feels like another map that was put in the game to give people another area of the world to hunt. Pumas on the map are obviously something that a lot of people really enjoy. Everyone loves a predator to hunt. However, because the puma is so present on other maps as well, it doesn't stand out on Parque Fernando. I personally think it would have been better if they went with a different predator. Not a bear, not a puma, something that we haven't seen before. And then following on from Parque Fernando, we are going down under to Awaroa. Now, Awaroa is ranking quite low on this list, but I think that when we look at the maps that are coming up, it's justified. I really do. Now, in the southern biomes of the New Zealand Alps, I do think that there is a lot of good things about this map. The fallow deer lake is an absolute hotspot for players. Having animals like the chamois on the map, as well as the variety in furs amongst the pigs and the feral goats, is really good. It's really cool. Beyond that, there doesn't seem to be too much going for the map. Most of the map, people argue, is just a mountain. There's a massive mountain that stretches down the middle of it, which means that it's almost impossible to hunt. And then apart from that, the other main thing that people really enjoy hunting is the red deer, but the red deer can only be really found at night. Following on from New Zealand, we are coming up to Cuatro Colinas in Spain. It's a beautiful map, and there's a good variety of animals on it. We've got things like the mouflon, the roe deer, the red deer, the ibex, and also the feral pig. So it's a really good map, and I have a lot of fun hunting on it. The layout's good, having animals spread over reasonable areas of the map, but also the terrain means that it can be quite a lot of fun to hunt. There's a good amount of easy to access lakes where you can find animals drinking, but also there is some flowing terrain where you have to go a little bit more in depth to actually start tracking the animal down. But of course, no map is perfect, and with Cuatro, sometimes it feels like a lot of the space is just filled with decoration rather than functional hunting areas. Now, coming into our top 4, we have Yukon Valley, a beautiful map that has the flowing snowfall at night that clears up in the morning, the beautiful colors on the map as well, the reds, the yellows, the oranges, all merging in together, but also it's home to a good few animals, having things like the moose, the plains bison, the caribou, the red fox and the wolves. It feels like a really well-balanced map between the predators, the fun animals to hunt, the prey, all that good stuff. The map is balanced quite well as well in terms of the terrain. There's a good area of forest, there's some watering zones, there's some marshland. It feels like a really even map, and a lot of people really enjoy hunting on it, me included. But now we are down to our top 3. Now, coming in at number 3 is going to be the one and only Layton Lake District. Some people may feel that this is slightly high up on the list. I think it's justified for a couple of reasons. The first one is the range of animals that are on it. It's featuring huge animals like the black bear and the moose, but also we have the Roosevelt elk on there. Then it goes down to things like the whitetails and the blacktails, as well as having the coyotes on there. And then it finishes up quite nicely with the mallards and the bunnies. So it has a spectrum of animals on the map. Obviously, being called Layton Lakes, you would expect it to be lakes. However, this is the map that features, in my opinion, the best river system. 2 rivers that fork in together down at the bottom of the map, and it works really well. There's plenty of areas for you to cross over. Sometimes it can seem like it's a bit of a distance to walk around to them crossover points, but overall, I think the map's really good. Gives you a good variety, but also, as a new player to the game, it's going to be your first experience of a map in Call of the Wild if you don't have any of the DLCs, and I think it gives you a really good introduction. You can focus on the small game if you like, medium game, or even go after the big game as well. You're not limited to what you can hunt on this map. And also, on a personal note, this map touches close to home because it's the map that has the memorial plaque for a very good friend of mine, Biggie the Hunter, who is an absolutely amazing guy and inspired me to do what I do today. So that's a personal reason that it's so high up on the list, and I know that he had a big effect on a large part of the community as well. So I think that with that in mind, it deserves that number 3 slot. Coming down into our top 2. At number 2, we have the Vurhonga Savanna, the beautiful African map. Where do I start with this one? While some of the negatives may be related to the difficulty of some of the animals on the map, I think that as an experienced player, that actually comes in to be a positive. Things like the Gemsbok being so difficult to take down can be a really fun challenge to make sure that you hit the vital shots on the animal, but also having the Gemsbok be so prone to trolling people means that you want to keep on working your zones until you get that guaranteed diamond. There is a really good balance of savanna on this map, which means that it genuinely does feel like something you would expect to find in Africa. You couldn't really compare it to anywhere else. By the time you combine that with things like the blue wildebeest or the springbok, the gemsbok, or even something like the Cape buffalo, this map is a really fun map to hunt and has a good variety. The area is combined as well with a good combination of wetlands and drylands, as well as mountainous areas for you to go and traverse. So it gives you a nice balanced map with plenty of animals, and it's a really good hunting experience. So much so that I was actually kind of hoping that when we found out about a new map coming out, that I was hoping it might have been Africa 2.0, another option for us to go out there and start hunting some of the beautiful animals that feature on the continent of Africa. And then finally, the moment that we have all been waiting for, that number 1 position is going to go over to the beautiful map, Silver Ridge Peaks, the Rocky Mountain map that I absolutely adore, and I know that a lot of people do as well. This map feels like it's a really well-balanced map. If you're a beginner getting started on the hunt to call the wild, there's plenty of options for you to hunt, but also easy need zone times and hunting locations offer you the perfect opportunity to ambush some animals and get some tracer shots in to sort of hone in those abilities. But also there is a lot of the map that can be quite challenging as well. You know, the plains bison, they come around in big herds, but obviously they can be quite a difficult animal to take out given that they are class 9 at the very top. And I don't know what it is really about Silver Ridge Peaks, but it feels like when you're going down through the mountains, traversing through and seeing all of the animals around you, you've got a good variety there. You know, you can be coming down a mountain and see some Rocky Mountain elk, some pronghorn, some plains bison, but also you can see things like the bighorn sheep or even something smaller like the turkeys. There's plenty of animals and they all interlock together to create this really nice, fun environment where you need to have at least 4 guns on you because you never know what you're going to come across. So there you have it. That is my map rank and the order for the reserves. I want to know what you guys think about this because I know that there will be a lot of difference in opinion. So please do let me know down in the comments if you agree with my picks, if you don't, and why. But also, if you totally disagree, give me your personal order. Rank them from 1 to 10. And also let me know where you think the brand new map is going to fit in amongst those, now that we know it is going to be a nice Bayou map. So please guys, let me know down in those comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do go ahead and smash the like button on it, but also subscribe if you aren't already because there is plenty of content coming out each and every day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the hunt out there. Peace.